So one of the questions that came up that I get asked a lot is, what is my shutdown routine? So I have different shutdown routines. I have one that I think is really important, and it's when I'm coming from the office. After a long day at the office, I have a private counseling practice with my partner, Tess. And if I have a long day when I've been experiencing a lot of emotional stress, hearing a lot of sad stories, I'm very mindful about my drive home. I don't take personal calls. Sometimes I don't listen to any music. Most of the times I am engaged in mindful driving, and what that is just being in the moment with the music off, just concentrating on driving, on breathing, and just being in the moment, because I need to quiet my mind, because there's a lot going on in my mind, and the mind's connected to the body. So I'm just being very aware of myself in the present. And when I get home, before I go in the house, I might take 2 minutes just to take a deep breath and reflect on some of the good things that happen. Although I may have heard a lot of sad stories throughout the day, I want to take some time to reflect on what went well, how I may have handled the situation well, and how the people that I'm helping are resilient, how they're able to overcome adversity. Because when we're able to find that silver lining and look at it through a different lens, it can keep us going. So by the time I'm getting in the house, I'm not tired. And a lot of times my husband may burn incense because he likes to set the mood, but I wash the day off. So I take a shower so that I can wash the day off, and that's my way of fully transitioning home. We're talking about the 4 reasons why most people are burned out. Number 1, lack of clarity on values. Number 2, you underestimate time and overestimate your mental capacity. Number 3, you don't say no enough. And number 4, you have not completed the stress cycle. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. I hope those tips were helpful for you. I know it brought a lot of clarity for me and people that I help every day in my office.
There are a lot of signs that can point to when someone needs to reach out. And when I talk about these signs, we want to think about these signs happening consistently. So if there's 7 days in a week and these signs are happening 5 or 6 days a week consistently over a couple months, you may want to reach out for help. And this is a loss of interest in things that you used to enjoy. So if you're someone who used to enjoy dancing and all of a sudden you just don't want to dance anymore, if you are having difficulty concentrating and being in the moment, increased irritation, agitation, low sex drive, loss of appetite, suicidal thoughts, those are just some of the signs, some of the main signs that I think of when thinking about mental illness.
It's okay for us to say no. I was just talking to Reverend Moore about saying no. That's why so many of us are burned out, because we have a hard time saying no, and we have a hard time saying unapologetically. Saying no does not make you a bad person, a bad mom, a bad friend, a bad spouse. It means that you have boundaries, you have requirements. So we can use the word no. The word no, it's a 2-letter word, and it's super powerful. So that's probably the best self-care that we can offer ourselves. We can say no and say yes to us, because in order to be available and build communities like this, we have to be able to fill our own cups. And not just fill them, but they need to be overflowing so that we can give from the overflow. So I want to leave with you today. I encourage all of you. I saw the woman and I thought this was a great idea. She passed around the papers for us to write something down that we want prayed on about, and that's great. I want us to take it a step further. I want you to write a non-negotiable self-care activity that you are going to practice every single day. No matter what's going on in your life, no matter what the kids want, what the husband want, what the co-workers want, what the employees want, you're not going to go to bed at night until you do at least one thing for yourself every day. And that might mean making sure you eat lunch, getting 5 minutes of quiet time, doing some deep breathing, exercising, praying, one non-negotiable self-care activity that you are going to do for yourself, and that's going to give you the energy to be able to help other people. All right? So remember, it's not about how heavy the load is, it's about how you carry it.
Embracing change. How many of us love change? You love change, Karen?
No, you don't.
Hey, he loves change too. Change isn't always bad. However, my experiences and the people that I work with in my practice, people fight change. Change can be painful, it's hard, it hurts, it's unpredictable. We don't know what to expect. That's why so many people fight it. A lot of times we think change looks like this as we go through that process. However, change is messy. It's all over the place. We take 3 steps forward and then we're taking 2 steps back. That's a part of the journey. As the woman was talking about, she talked about the process. A lot of times people don't want to stay in the process. We want to control the process. And that's why a lot of times we fight change. One of my favorite quotes is, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because change can be uncomfortable, you know? And I love being uncomfortable. If it were up to me, I would be at home in my onesie, laying on my couch, watching my favorite movies, maybe football because I love the Steelers, and eating my favorite snacks. That's when I'm comfortable. However, I know that the comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there. So we have to step outside of our comfort zone as we're walking in our purpose. So embrace change.